Hey guys, my name is Willow and today I have a very exciting video because I have some super big news to share. I've had a lot going on my channel recently that, I've been dropping kind of hints for the last few videos. I've kind of brought you guys along a little bit on the process, but I've been on a secret mission for the past, I want to say 8 to 9 months-ish, not quite a full year, but kind of since the beginning of this year, I have been looking for another horse. And if you guys have been following me for a while, then you will know about my last horse, Baby, who I had for a really long time, and she was my heart horse, and I really loved her. And last summer, she actually passed away. She was struck by lightning. And so that kind of left a little bit of a hole in my heart where I've been looking for another horse that was kind of gonna be the perfect next horse. I had planned on having two when I bought Santee. I had planned on still having Baby, and so I had always planned on having two horses. Since we bought the farm, it's been my dream to have two. So it's taken me a really long time to finally make this dream a reality, but it finally happened. So since kind of the beginning of the year, I have been looking constantly. I've watched probably, I don't even know how many hundreds of sale videos of horses all over the country and all over the world looking for just the perfect horse to add to the farm here. So it's been a really long process. I've been on several trips actually looking for another horse. I've been up to Kentucky, I've been down to Florida, and now to Europe. And so that's where everything kind of happened. But yeah, I had a really specific criteria for this horse. Baby was just my absolute heart horse, my dream horse. My entire life, since I was a little girl, I dreamt of having this huge gray horse. And every time, I remember when I was a kid, passing farms when we were driving down the road, and anytime there was a big gray horse, I would just get so excited. I love them so much. And so Baby was such a dream come true in that way. And so I feel like I've just really been missing having a gray horse. And my plan with Baby was to breed her someday and kind of start my own little breeding program. And so I knew that it had to be a mare as well. And I'm 5'11", I'm super tall, so the new horse had to be super tall as well. So all of these things kind of make it really difficult to find just the right specific horse. So that's why it kind of took me so long. And I really wasn't on any of the details because we don't have endless space on the farm. I knew that this was gonna kind of be the last horse that I bought for a while. So I wanted to make sure that she was really perfect, and I got so lucky. So I'm gonna tell you the story from the beginning. I went to Kentucky, tried a horse there that I was really obsessed with, thought for sure I was gonna buy. Got there and it ended up just not being the right fit. We didn't really click, so I didn't end up buying him. And he was a gelding, so I didn't really want a boy. Then I went down to Florida and tried a horse. So that was my Miami vlog. That was me going down to Florida to try another horse that I saw online and really fell in love with. But then when we got there, she had a lot of health problems and was just really not in good condition. And there were some things about her that I thought I could probably fix, but there were a few problems that, I wasn't really sure if they would be able to be fixed or not. Her conformation was not really set up to be a show jumper. So, I kind of decided that it wasn't really the right fit there either. And then I tried a bunch of other horses in Florida, and I started talking to my friend Adrian, who you guys have seen in the Germany vlogs now. And we started looking at horses in Europe and ended up finding one who's not the horse that I bought, who looked like she was perfect. Adrian went and rode that horse, and then it turned out that she had this really serious spine condition, and so may or may not need a surgery, or may not be able to be jumped long term either. So that one, I actually said that I was gonna buy that horse, and then the owner disclosed that information to us, and we were like, okay, that kind of changes everything. And so I had to pass on that one. But Adrian just really kind of kept my spirits up, and she was like, don't worry about it, just come over here. we're gonna have some fun. We'll go around, we'll try a bunch of horses, and we'll just see if there's anything else over here that fits what you're looking for. So we narrowed down the search. We, both got really serious looking for horses online, looking, just connecting, just talking to anybody you can meet pretty much that may know somebody that has the horse that you're looking for. So we both got to work and put this big list of horses together. And if you've seen any of the videos, you can see that overall, we didn't find a whole lot of horses that I loved. Like when I went and bought Santi, I loved so many of those horses and would have been really happy to have a lot of them. But this time I was just so picky and specific that I knew it was Elise, from the second that I saw her. And when I sat on her, I just felt that connection that I hadn't felt, that I'd been waiting for, that, when I sat on Baby for the first time, I felt magic. When I sat on Santi for the first time, I felt magic. And I just really wanted that feeling again. And so I found it with Elise. Buying a horse, especially internationally, but buying a horse at all is a really long and unpredictable process sometimes. You have to find a horse you like, you go and you try it, you meet the horse, and if it's a good fit, then you have to do a vetting. And the vetting is really, really, really important that you do it really thoroughly and kind of tailor it based on the horse that you're buying. So when I bought Elise, I wanted to make absolutely sure that we knew anything that was wrong with her up front. So we ended up doing a series of 66 x-rays when we did her vetting, which are insane. When I bought Santi, I think we only did 30 x-rays. I think it's normal to do about 40, but I wanted every inch of her body, her triple, quadruple check, that not that there wasn't anything wrong with her, but just that we knew everything we were getting to with her to make sure that I was going to be able to provide the best care for her possible and to make sure that she was going to be able to do the job that I hoped for her. So we did the vetting. We trailered her off to a clinic, drove her down the road about 20, 30 minutes. And that was one of the first times that she'd actually been hauled in a trailer. So that was kind of an adventure as well, but she was really, really good for everything. The vetting process was quite lengthy. We did ultrasounds on her tendons as well, on all of her soft tissue and her legs, just to make sure that she didn't have any pre-existing or strains or tears or anything like that that could possibly limit her career in the future. So this crazy, crazy vet check, and she passed all of it with flying colors, which was so amazing. Since I had several horses that didn't work out because of vet problems, I was so excited that she actually passed. So then we had to begin the import process, which was wild. It was just super, super crazy from beginning to end. So the first company that I used actually didn't arrive to pick her up, and she missed her flight. And so that was really, really crazy. Then it got down to so basically how it works, you pull blood and you do basically a blood screening just to check for diseases or anything, and you do a copy of the blood work that the United States government is going to do just to make sure that the horse will pass the tests when they get to America, and you need to provide those to the airline and everything to make sure that the horse is healthy and safe to fly. So we did the blood work, and it's good for 30 days. And so the first company screwed everything up so much that it was almost at the 30 days. So the first company, I had to fire them because they weren't able to actually transport her. And so then I hired the Dutta Corporation, which was amazing. They swooped in and saved the whole day pretty much, because Elise got on a flight just 2 days before her blood work expired. And if her blood work had expired, she would have been stuck in Europe for another 3 weeks to a month easily. So that was really, really amazing. They squeezed her in on that flight and got her safely to New York. So she flew from Belgium to New York, and then she spent 3 days of quarantine in New York at a facility called the Ark. And it's just this beautiful barn that's actually at the airport at JFK. And it's where they do the first round of quarantine testing and everything. So that's where Santi flew when he came to America. But since he's a gelding, he got released and he got to come home straight from there. But mares have to go to another facility So then she went to Maryland and spent about 2.5 weeks at Rigby Farms in Maryland, having another round of testing. And then, but that one's very chill. That one, she just mostly was hanging out in the pasture and kind of just acting like a normal horse. So that was not super hard on her. But then, yeah, then she's coming here. So I'm so excited for her to finally arrive. This has been such a long process, such a big dream that is finally coming to reality, that has, you know, it's been in the works softly for a really long time. And then I've actually owned her for like 6 weeks now. So it's been a long process getting her here, but I am just so beyond excited. So she's arriving very soon. But I wanted to give you guys the awesome news a little bit before she arrives and, you know, kind of catch you guys up on the whole story and everything. A lot of people maybe have guessed it. I've been dropping little hints for a while now, but I'm just so excited. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we've got some exciting things coming soon, so make sure that you're following me and subscribed and everything to see the next videos and to see her arrive.